Good morning, and continuing the reading from the book of Leviticus from the Old Testament of the Holy Bible, chapter 11 is about the type of beasts and everything that you can. From chapter 11 onwards, all the book of full Leviticus is full of law and commandments, statutes, ordinances, and that has to be followed with regard to the various offerings, the type of beasts you can eat, and about purification after birth, and so many other things that are very practical. And so I'm reading from chapter 11 onwards. And the Lord spake unto Moses and to Aaron, saying unto them, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, These are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the earth. Whatsoever parteth the hoof, and is cloven footed, and cheweth the cud, among the beasts that ye shall eat. Nevertheless, these shall ye not eat of them that chew the cud, or of them that divide the hoof, as the camel, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof. He is unclean unto you. And the coney, because he cheweth the cud, but divided not the hoof. He is unclean unto you. And the hare, because he cheweth the cud, but divided not the hoof. He is unclean unto you. And the swine, though he divide the hoof, and be cloven footed, he cheweth not the cud. He is unclean to you. Of their flesh shall ye not eat, and the carcass shall ye not touch. They are unclean unto you. These shall ye eat, all that are in the waters, whatsoever has fin and scales in the waters, in the seas and in the rivers, them shall ye eat. And all that have not fins and scales in the waters and in the rivers, of all that move in the waters, and of any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you. They shall be even an abomination unto you. Ye shall not eat of their flesh, but ye shall have their carcasses in abomination. Whatsoever hath no fins nor scales in the waters, that shall be an abomination unto you. And these are they which ye have an abomination among the fowls. They shall not be eaten. They are an abomination, the eagle, the ossifrage, and the osprey, and the vulture and the kite after his kind, every raven after his kind, the owl and the nighthawk, the cuckoo and the hawk after its kind, the little owl and the cormorant, and the great owl, and the swan, and the pelican, and the gyre, and the stork, the heron after her kind, the lapwing and the bat, all fowls that creep, going upon all four, shall be an abomination unto you. At these ye may eat out of every flying, creeping thing that goeth on all four, which have legs above their feet to leap withal upon the earth. Even these of them ye may eat, the locust after his kind, the bald locust after his kind, the beetle after his kind, the grasshopper after his kind, and all other flying creeping things which have 4 feet shall be an abomination unto you. And for these ye shall be unclean. Whoso touches the carcass of them shall be unclean until the even. And whosoever touch the carcass of them shall wash his clothes and be unclean until even. The carcasses of every beast which divideth the hoof and is not cloven footed, nor cheweth the cud, are unclean unto you. Every one that toucheth them shall be unclean. And whatsoever goeth upon his paws, among all manners of beasts that go on all fours, these are unclean unto you. Whosoever touches their carcass shall be unclean until the even. And he that beareth the carcass of them shall wash his clothes and be unclean until the even. They are unclean unto you. These also shall be unclean unto you among the creeping things that creep upon the earth, the weasel and the mouse, and the tortoise of it after its kind, and the ferret and the chameleon, and the lizard and the snail and the mole. These are unclean unto you among all that creep. Whoso that touch them, when they shall be dead, shall be unclean until the even. And upon whatsoever any of them, when they are dead, that fall, it shall be unclean, whether it be in any vessel of wood or raiment or skin or sack, whatever vessel it be, wherein any work is done, it should be put in water, and shall be unclean until even, so it shall be cleansed. And every earthen vessel, whereinto then one of them has fallen, whatsoever in it shall be unclean, or ye shall break it. Of all the meat which shall be eaten, that on which such water cometh shall be unclean, and all drink that they may be drunk in every such vessel shall be unclean. And everything whereupon any part of the carcass falleth shall be unclean, whether it be oven or ranges or pots, they shall be broken down, they are unclean, and shall be unclean unto you. Nevertheless, a fountain or pit wherein there is plenty of water shall be clean, but that which touches the carcass shall be unclean. And any part of the carcass fall upon any sowing seed which is to be sown, it shall be clean. But if any water be put upon the seed, and any part of the carcass fall upon it, it shall be unclean unto you. And if any beast of which ye may eat die, he that touches the carcass thereof shall be unclean until the even. And he that eateth of the carcass of it shall wash his clothes, be unclean until the even. He shall also bear the carcass of it, shall wash his clothes, and be unclean until the even. And every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth shall be an abomination, it shall not be eaten. Whatsoever goeth upon the belly, and whatsoever goeth upon all four, and whatsoever hath more feet among all creeping things that creep upon the earth, them ye shall not eat, for they are an abomination. Ye shall not make yourselves abominable with any creeping thing that creepeth, neither shall ye make yourselves unclean with them, that ye should be defiled thereby. For I am the Lord your God. Ye shall therefore sanctify yourselves, and ye shall be holy, for I am holy. Neither shall ye defile yourselves with any manner of creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. For I am the Lord that bringeth you up out of the land of Egypt, to be your God. Ye shall therefore be holy, for I am holy. This is the law of the beast, and of the fowl, and of the living creature that moveth in the waters, and of every creature that creepeth upon the earth, to make a difference between the unclean and the clean, between the beast that may be eaten and the beast that may not be eaten. Chapter 12. And the Lord said unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, If a woman has conceived seed and born a man child, then she shall be unclean 7 days. According to the days of the separation for her infirmity, that she shall be unclean. And the eighth day of the flesh of his foreskin shall be circumcised. And she shall then continue in the blood of her purifying 3 and 30 days. And she shall touch no hallowed thing, nor come into the sanctuary, until the days of her purifying be fulfilled. But if she bear a maid child, then she shall be unclean 2 weeks, as in her separation, and she shall continue in the blood of her purifying 66 days. And when the days of her purifying are fulfilled, for a son or a daughter, she shall bring a lamb for the first year for burnt offering, and a young pigeon or a turtle dove for a sin offering, unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation unto the priest, who shall offer it before the Lord, and make an atonement for her, and she shall be cleansed from the issue of her blood. This is the law that has borne a male or a female. And if she is not being able to bring a lamb, then she shall bring 2 turtles or 2 young pigeons, the one for the burnt offering and the other for the sin offering. And the priest shall make an atonement for her, and she shall be clean. Chapter 13. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron, saying, When a man shall have in the skin of his flesh arising a scab or a bright spot, and it be the skin of his flesh like the plague of leprosy, then shall he be brought unto Aaron the priest, or unto one of his sons the priest. And the priest shall look on the plague in the skin of the flesh. And when the hair in the plague is turned white, and the plague in sight be deeper than the skin of the flesh, it is a plague of leprosy. And the priest shall look upon him and pronounce him unclean. If the bright spot be white in the skin of his flesh, and the sight be not deeper than the skin, and the hair thereof be not turned white, then the priest shall shut him up that had the plague 7 days. And the priest shall look upon him on the 7th day, and behold, if the plague in his sight be at the stay, the plague shall not spread not in the skin, then shall the priest shut him up 7 days more. And the priest shall look upon him again the 7th day. And if the plague be somewhat dark, and the plague spread not in the skin, the priest shall pronounce him clean. It is but with a scab, and he shall wash his clothes and be clean. If the scab spread much abroad in the skin after he had seen of the priest for his cleansing, he shall be seen of the priest again. Now the priest see that, behold, the scab spreadeth in the skin, the priest shall pronounce him unclean. It is a leprosy. When the plague of leprosy is in a man, then he shall be brought unto the priest, and the priest shall see him, and behold, if the rising be white on the skin, and it has turned his hair white, and there be quick raw flesh in the rising, it is an old leprosy in the skin of his flesh, and the priest shall pronounce him unclean, and shall not shut him up, for he is unclean. If a leprosy break abroad in the skin, and the leprosy cover of all the skin of him that hath the plague from his head even unto his foot, wherever the priest looketh, then the priest shall consider, and behold, if the leprosy has covered all the flesh, he shall pronounce him clean that hath the plague. It is all turned white, he is clean. But when raw flesh appeareth in him, he shall be unclean. And the priest shall see the raw flesh, and pronounce him to be unclean, for the raw flesh is unclean. It is leprosy. Or if the raw flesh turn again and be changed into white, he shall come unto the priest. And the priest shall see him, and behold, if the plague be turned into white, then the priest shall pronounce him clean that has the plague, he is clean. The flesh also, in which even in the skin thereof was a boil, and is healed. And in the place of the boil there be a white rising, or a bright spot, white and somewhat reddish, and it be shown to the priest. And if the priest see it, and behold it be a sight lower than the skin, and the hair thereof be turned white, the priest shall pronounce him unclean. It is a plague of leprosy broken out of the boil. But if the priest look upon it, and behold, there be no white hairs therein, and if it not be lower than the skin, be somewhat dark, then the priest shall shut him up for 7 days. And if it spread much abroad in the skin, then the priest shall pronounce him unclean, and it is a plague. But if the bright spot stay in his place and spread not, it is a burning boil, and the priest shall pronounce him clean. Or if there be any flesh in the skin whereof there is a hot burning, and the quick flesh that burneth have a white bright spot, somewhat reddish or white, then the priest shall look upon it, and behold, if the hair in the bright spot be turned white, and it be in sight deeper than the skin, it is leprosy broken out of the burning, wherefore the priest shall pronounce him unclean, it is a plague of leprosy. But if the priest look on it, and behold, there be no white hair in the bright spot, and it be no lower than the other skin, but be somewhat dark, then the priest shall shut him up 7 days. And the priest shall look upon him the 7th day, and if it be spread much abroad in the skin, then the priest shall pronounce him unclean. It is a plague of leprosy. And if the bright spot stay in his place and spread not in the skin, but it be somewhat dark, it is a rising of the burning, and the priest shall pronounce him clean, for it is an inflammation of the burning. If a man or a woman has a plague upon the head or the beard, then the priest shall see the plague, and behold, if it be in a sight deeper than the skin, and there be it yellow thin hair, and then the priest shall pronounce him unclean. If it is a dry scald, even a leprosy upon the head or beard, and if the priest look on the plague of the scald, and behold, it be not in a sight deeper than the skin, and that there be no black hair in it, then the priest shall shut him up, that is the plague of the scald, 7 days. The 7th day he shall look on the plague, and behold, if the scald spread not, and if there be in it no yellow hair, and the scald be not in a sight deeper than the skin, he shall be shaven, and the scald shall not shave, and the priest shall shut him up that had the scald 7 days more. And the 7th day he shall look upon the scald, and behold, if the scald shall not be spread on the skin, nor be it in a sight deeper than the skin, then the priest shall pronounce him clean, and he shall wash his clothes and be clean. And if the scald spread much in the skin after his cleansing, then the priest shall look upon him, and behold, if the scald be spread in the skin, and the priest shall not seek for yellow hair, he is unclean. The scald be in his sight as a stay, and then the black hair has grown up therein, the scald is healed, he is clean, and the priest shall pronounce him clean. If a man or a woman have the skin of the flesh bright spots, even white bright spot, then the priest shall look, and behold, the bright spots in the skin of the flesh shall be darkish white. It is a freckled spot that groweth in the skin, it is clean. And the man whose hair is fallen off from his head, he is bald, yet he is clean. And he that has his hair fallen off from the part of his head toward his face, he is forehead bald, yet he is clean. And if there be in the bald head or bald forehead a white reddish sore, it is a leprosy sprung in the bald head or his bald forehead. Then the priest shall look upon it, and behold, if the rising of the sore be white reddish in his bald head or in his bald forehead, as the leprosy appeareth in the skin of the flesh, he is a leprous man, he is unclean. The priest shall pronounce him utterly unclean. His plague is in his head. And the leper in whom the plague is, his clothes shall be rent, and his head bare, and he shall put a covering upon his upper lip, and shall cry, unclean, unclean. All the days where the plague shall be in him, he shall be defiled, he is unclean. He shall dwell alone without the camp, shall be his habitation. The garment also that the plague of leprosy is in, whether it be woolen or linen, whether it be in the warp or woof, or linen or woolen, whether it is in a skin or in anything made of skin. And if the plague be greenish or reddish in the garment, or in the skin, either in the warp or in the woof, or in any of the skin, it is a plague of leprosy, and shall be showed unto the priest. And the priest shall look upon the plague, and shut him up that hath the plague 7 days. And he shall look on the plague on the seventh day. If the plague be spread in the garment, either in the warp, or in the woof, or in the skin, in any work that is made of skin, the plague is fretting leprosy, it is unclean. He shall therefore burn the garment without warp or woof, in woolen or in linen, or anything of skin, wherein the plague is. For it is fretting leprosy, it shall be burnt in the fire. And if the priest shall look, and behold, the plague be not spread in the garment, either in the warp, or in the woof, or in anything of the skin, then shall the priest shall command they that wash the thing wherein the plague is, and be shall shut up 7 days more. And the priest shall look on the plague, after that it is washed, and behold, if the plague has not changed its color, and the plague be not spread, it is unclean, thou shalt burn it in the fire. It is fret inward, whether it be bare within or without. And if a priest look, and behold the plague be somewhat dark, after the washing of it, then he shall rend it out of the garment, or out of the skin, or out of the warp, or out of the woof. And if it appear still in the garment, either in the warp, or in the woof, or in anything of the skin, it is a spreading plague. Thou shalt burn that wherein the plague is with fire. And the garment, either warp or woof, or whatso thing of the skin shall be, which thou shalt wash, if the plague be departed from them, then it shall be washed the second time, and it shall be clean. This is the law of the plague of leprosy in the garment of the woolen or linen, either in the warp or woof or anything of the skins, to pronounce it clean and to pronounce it unclean.